A sportsman is a disciplined person. What is the most important side effect of sportsmanship is discipline. Sportsperson loves discipline and his life is disciplined. A person who is not disciplined cannot be a proper sportsman, even though he has all the talent in this world. We have lots of examples to see. You could even see the examples of a lot of sportspersons who are excelled and those who have not. We need not have to give specific names to understand that, but in the world of cricket itself, you will have many names where talent was always removed out of equation just because of hard work and discipline of certain other people. Now in every sport, this is the thing that discipline makes the whole story right. And so what is the discipline? Understanding, improving knowledge at each point. Now what is body composition? This has to be understood by each sports person at the right time so that they eat right, they sleep right, and they exercise right. Today we will be speaking on what is the meaning of exercising right. Now exercising right will require the basics to be corrected. Now the basics of exercising right comes as 5 parts. Before you do anything that involves strain on the body, there has to be something called as warm-up. And people do not understand what this warm-up means. So some people say warm-up is for 2 minutes, some say 3 minutes, some say 5 minutes, some will extend it to 30 seconds, and some may extend it to 10 minutes. But what exactly it is? Warm-up. Warm-up is just like engine in the morning to be started. Earlier, the older engines required time. You had to be slowly owning it. But today, we have a standard definition of warm-up. What is the warm-up standard definition? The time you get the first drops of sweat on your forehead, that will be the time when your warm-up is complete. For some, it may take 3 minutes, some it may take 5 minutes, but that is the time. And for any sport to be begun, the first step on all these things is warm-up. That is the number 1. And then becomes number 2, stretches. And now stretches has a million misconceptions behind it. I am very loose jointed already, should I stretch? I am very tight jointed in certain joints, should I stretch? Which should I be stretching? So that itself we will be taking as a separate session in the thing. But let me tell you that after warm-up, the most important thing is stretching. And a person, the area which is tight has to be worked more than the areas which are not. But that doesn't mean that the other areas which are not tight should not be. So stretching becomes the second most. And how much stretching? How many seconds you should hold? Usually if you are doing a stretch, it is basically 2 times 30 seconds hold is the recommended one. And once warm-up and stretches are done, the next that happens of it is your game. You go into the game with warmed up body and the muscles which are stretched out, and then you give the main game. And once the game is over, the next thing that we do is stretching out the muscles again. All the muscles which are really tight for the person has to be stretched. And in this stretching, somebody else can help you. And those who understand your body, who have analyzed your body, will be able to tell you which of your muscles are tight. Those muscles need some stretching with the help of other players or with the help of therapists in your team, and that's the next step. And once this is done, don't just go down immediately and rest somewhere, but there's something called as a cool down phase. Walk a bit, allow the lactic acid to all go away after the stretch and all is over, and that cool down phase is important. During this phase, in serious sports people, they can also do an ice dip for themselves, and that helps those tissues to heal better. So these are the 5 steps which you have to understand. Warm up, stretch well, main game, followed by stretching again, and in this stretching somebody else also helps you in that stretching, and then cool down, and cool down can involve ice packing or doing a slow release of lactic acid from the system by not taking sudden rest. So once these things have inculcated into your brain, then you start going into the specifics of sports injury. Follow us on Pradeep Kocheeppan at Apollo Karnataka for further updates.